Welcome to round 8 of the 2012 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals, the Sandal EMX Park just outside of Richmond, Ontario. An absolutely gorgeous sand facility prepped and ready by the MX 101 crew. MX2 boys on the line. Fabs, let's get caught up with those points after 7-9.
Right you are, Travs. Teddy Mare's got a bit of a stranglehold. Jeremy's chipping away, but Jared Allison, Topher Ingalls, and Brad Noddet, they're embroiled for third.
A little mixed signals on the weather today, Fabs. We've had some sun, but you can notice a little dark sky in the back. They're expecting a tiny bit of rain. A lot of rain in the forecast coming into this weekend, and we noticed that on the track. You see on the right side of our splitter, a lot of water in that back section. But you see on the left, the front section of the Sandal EMX track is an absolutely clay-based sand facility. It is a gem.
Yeah, she is beauty, but it rained really hard all week. You can see the puddles there on the infield. Track crews working feverishly to drain the moisture off the track, but the back sections, Travs, like you say, it is very soupy. It's going to be a little one line back there, but the front section is just choice.
The one thing I love about this track are those split sections. Okay, Fabs, we've got the MX2 boys going out on parade. They're gonna check their sight lines. We're getting ready for some racing. Come on back. Welcome back to the nation's capital. This is Richmond, Ontario, just outside of Ottawa as we get ready for the first MX2 moto of the day. You saw Teresa bring that 30 board up, and the lovely monster Julie with those elegantly long legs bringing her across that Moto 1 board. This first MX2 Moto will be brought to you by MX Performance Magazine, the #1 motocross magazine in the country, Fabs. An absolutely gorgeous sand start, nicely groomed, and the rain has started to fall.
Yeah, trickling. This is really going to affect visibility. Jerry Medaglia, hometown hero, on the inside, and the gate is down, Travs. Owen Mare has a moment.
Big, wide, sweeping, double apex left-handers that come around Medaglia with a great jump, and he gets that Royal Distributing hole shot, crossing that white line.
Man, we saw some guys go down, but I'm liking Richard Gray on the outside. Ocean Transportation Yamaha on that Rockstar Blue bike gets the measure of Medaglia. Oh, and Benoit goes down. Oh, and Gray goes down. Our leader goes down, and look at Jeremy. Has to do a little enduro work, and he still gets the lead.
Oh, some evasive maneuvers from Medaglia to get back in the lead, but the tough man in that situation was Benoit. A huge slide out in second place. Great start for Richard Gray. The speed he was carrying around that outside coming to the tunnel was fantastic.
Well, Richard Gray is sand specialist, but he has got some homework to do. But it's Dylan Kalin right now, the 22 Holly Gully Yamaha that managed to get ahead of Teddy Mare, sitting second, and this kid's been really showing some stuff this year.
Kalin and Mare over the tunnel into this dynamic rhythm section. Brian, they're going to come into this left-hander and into Hell's Kitchen. Here we go.
Oh, Mare takes the outside, carries the momentum, and guys are rhythming completely different through there. 2 in, 3, 4, and a little bit of a mismatch there, but it's that corner at the end of Hell's Kitchen where there's an inside-outside, creates a lot of passing, but I'm liking the 90, Aaron Frimmer from Manitoba with a great start, likable young man from Middle Canada. Doing great out here.
Okay, Fabs, let's go back to the start. There was, oh my goodness, a huge little collection at the beginning. That looks like Roberts and Roberts, the 165 of James and the 98 of Drew. Boy, that bike went right over Assover Tea Kettle.
Man, and you saw the 42 of Eric Jeffrey with some evasive maneuvering, but look at Benoit. All hard here. He is just giving her. He wants the position. Low slides of sand. He's got the whole pack coming. That is dangerous business. And then Richard Gray had it all. Gets the front wheel up over that berm and tips over. That is a notorious corner, especially on the first lap.
As you like to say, the laughing style crash for Gray, but I think it for Benoit was that slick clay that's underneath the sand, ultra slippery. He was carrying a lot of speed. Right now, we are looking at the number 90 of Frimmer, and he just got passed by the 19, Scott Honda of Topher Ingalls, who's on the gas, and it looks like the number 23 of Parker Allison's in this fray.
Parker is right in the mix, and he is all over Frimmer. Frimmer has a look over, kind of gives him a little room there. Frimmer, a very fast rider, but he knows the Allison boys have been finishing a little better than him this year. Frimmer really fast, but he works full time, so has a little hard time keeping up with conditioning.
Back to our leader, number 15, Jerry Medaglia. You see Teddy Mare, number 3 and 3rd, and there's a good option of that split course there, Brian, as they come up over that little hipper. The number 22 of Kalin in 3rd, and the 19 of Ingalls in 4th.
Well, you mentioned the split courses. They're all over this racetrack, and there's a really good illustration of them there. You've got a lot of inside-outside hippers around this big tree section by the pro pits. Gets really choppy and gnarly, and with that rain, this track not really as flowy as normal.
Saw the number 271 of Claire and the 117 amateur plate of De Silva. So those guys are getting up into the mix. Again, back to our leader, starting to open up a little bit on Mare. And here we are with Claire and Frimmer.
Stanley Claire in the red, a first-year pro out of Quebec. This is the battle for 6. He takes that inside hipper there, and he gets an aggressive move on Frimmer. Maybe a little contact. You can see Rimmer duck out of the roost there, because this sand is pelting.
Great experience for the number 90 of Frimmer from Manitoba, getting his feet wet in the top 10. You see how sloppy it was for our leader in the back section. And here we are back with the number 12. This is Kevin Benoit with that inside line. You saw how wide that corner was, Brian. Remember, he went down in almost the second corner. He's back into it now.
Yeah, and he just gets up over that triple. He takes the inside on Claire. Claire has a look. He's like, oh, I know Benoit. He's a little quicker than me. Doesn't offer much resistance. But what great experience for young Stanley Claire. Likeable Frenchman. First-year pro, just a youngster getting his feet wet big time.
Frimmer falling back to this little cluster for 11th, and that's the 28 of Knowles, who didn't get a great start, now starting to battle, and I think that's the 18 of Nodit.
Yeah, Knowles known for great starts, and so is Nodit. Both of them struggling on the sand start here. A lot of wheel spin. You really have to have a gentle clutch and throttle technique getting out of the hole, and we saw Jerry Medaglia just kill it out of the gate.
Fabs, we just saw the 12 of Benoit slip by Allison for third place. As now we go into the back section. Look at this. The number 42, Jeffries, gets by Walker on that TM. That's for 18th. Real sloppy back there.
I remember Cade Walker just being on the little 50cc bike, so time flies. These guys are growing up. Now we got more battling on our hands. Looks like the 19 went down, and he is remounting in charge for 7th. Gets back by Stanley Claire. So Topher Ingles up and down and up again.
And remember, Ingles has been battling for that third position on the podium with Jared Allison. So up and down, you're right. Points are very important. Oh, he just about went over on that inside line, Brian, as we get back to the number 22 Orthoflex Yamaha of Dylan Kalin, who's been in third place almost the whole moto. What a great ride for him. Oh, here comes the 12, like KTM, Kevin Benoit.
Look how choppy and nasty it is back there. It's deep and still really sloppy. Huge jump coming out of Hell's Kitchen into a bit of a dog leg and down this high-speed straightaway to the back. There's only 2 good lines there, inside and outside. The middle is pure slop, so those guys really got to pick their areas and get on the gas.
The 45 Lorenz and Parker Allison locking horns in that back section as we move ahead to the battle for third. Dylan Kalin on that Hully Gully Yamaha has his rear view mirror full of Kevin Benoit. Fast, look at the line options coming through this little switchback section.
You got to be so good on the brakes and gas, and of course, clutching it out of the corner. Benoit is pressuring hard. Kalin's got his hands full. His Yamaha's hooking up really well, and remember, this is where Benoit went down. You come down really fast. Benoit taking the inside line there, and this tabletop after that corner also quite technical.
To our leader, number 15, oh, Jerry Medaglia. He is buttering up this track, Brian. Probably more laps than any other rider, and it's showing right now. As we move backwards to the battle for third, this battle is not going away. I love these little inside lines, right? And look at the way that number 12 Benoit is carrying speed, just like we talked about going into the kitchen.
Yeah, look, you can really see how big those jumps are from behind. They look small from the side, but you really got to get the front end up and over them. And then coming back out of Hell's Kitchen, that is one heck of a leap, or can we say a hell of a leap out of Hell's Kitchen?
You got that right. And again, the entry into Hell's Kitchen, we saw Bobby Canary tripling in this morning. You talked about those options. To the number 3, Teddy Mayer, in second place, doing what he has to do. He's got that red plate for a reason.
Yeah, he's looking good. He does have a nice points lead, but I know he wants to win. But coming into this event, nobody can touch Medaglia. Here's 10th. Richard Gray has gotten back up, and he's pressuring Knowles. Oh, way out on the outside along the grass. You have to go. And now this battle's not over. Kalin has a little bit of a buff. Oh, and another one. And right through. Did you see Benoit just storm through?
Well, options, Brian. He was pressuring, and Kalin finally made a mistake, but it took a bunch of laps. Here it is again.
Yeah, just before this in the previous turn, Dylan had a moment there, and he just bobbles, but you see the sand just blast out from under the KTM. He just kind of went right up on the ledge of that hipper and just did not relent, and third place, pretty good from down at the start.
Knowles and Gray sweeping through the MXP Magazine corner, getting ready to take their last lap flags. Brian, sometimes we compare this track to Gopher Dunes, but they're completely different, even though they're sand-based.
Yeah, for sure. Gopher Dunes is just endless sand. Here, there actually is a hard base, and it gets muddy, especially in that back tree section, which over the years, the MX 101 crew have just been lengthening this gorgeous facility. Fastest guy from the get-go this morning, local boy Medaglia takes it. Welcome back to Sandali MX 101 Park near Ottawa. What a great first moto. Jeremy Medaglia takes it to our Yamaha leaderboard. Benoit fights back. Kalen has a good moto. Ingles also fights back. Gotta love Lorenz, Young, Stanley, Claire, Not at Knowles, and Richard Gray salvages 10th.
Yeah, I was able to get the whole shot and drifted a little wide in the first corner. I think it was Richard Gray went in underneath me and then ended up going down. I ran into him and got stuck on his pipe and then finally broke free and managed to stay in front and then put my head down.
Finishing second, first MX2 moto here from Sandali is our series points leader, number 3, Teddy Mary. Teddy, a very smart race in second place. I like your style out there, buddy. No need to win, just got to finish safe and get points.
Yeah, no, man, I don't know. I'm just struggling. I just can't ride like myself right now. Just, you know, it's a lot of pressure and, you know, just on myself. You know, I really want to do good and I want to win, and but I want to be smart.
Hey, I'm Spencer Knowles, number 28, riding the GA Checkpoint Yamaha. I've been riding dirt bikes my whole life, man. I just always make sure I go to the bathroom before I go to the race because we wouldn't want one of them accidents happening again. I've hit my head way too many times to remember. I pretty well listen to anything, you know. I listen to classic rock, country, rap, I like it all. Yeah, I'm a pretty shy guy. I get that from quite a few people, but I'm trying to come out of my shell. I like to go boating, wakeboarding, hanging out with babes. No, I don't have a girlfriend at this moment, but I think there's one out there for me. You know, I'm just waiting for the right one. Her name's Caitlin. No, I haven't been there yet, but it's definitely on, definitely on the list. I just like finishing and going to sleep right away, man. I like watching horror movies with cute girls, you know. They make me feel comfortable and got someone to cuddle and don't have to be afraid when I go to sleep. No, I like hardwood floors. That's how I roll. Just a regular, normal guy. No, I've never made out with a teacher, but it was always one of my dreams. Go hard or go home. You know, that's what I live by, and my dad's always said that to me, and that's just always the way I've been.
Rockstar YamahaMotovan.com. Bobby Canary, an Ironman. Yesterday, riding Southwick National. Today here at Sandali. Qualifying first, Bobby. You're an animal, buddy. You're an animal.
I'm here to race, man. You know, I'm just excited to be here and put in another good day of racing. Put that Yamaha up front for us.
Okay, so fastest on time. Yesterday you got a 12th in a moto. How we feeling after doing 235s? Now we're going to do another 235s.
Yeah, I was a little frustrated. I got a bad start yesterday. Had to work my butt off to get a 12th. And the second moto got a good start. Was riding in about 8th or 9th. Laid it down with 10 minutes left. So I was a little frustrated with that. I was looking for a top 10, but again, I'm just looking to put it up on top of the box today. I'm excited to be here.
All right, fans, this guy is a hero right here. He rides anywhere and everywhere. He's the everyman. Bobby Canary.
Nice work, Galdi. Okay, let's get to our MX1 points after 7 of 9. Gorky, Canary, and Clyde. Of course, Gorky can clinch today if he gets a couple of moto wins down to Villapoto, Fasciati, Berger, Burke, and Moffenbauer. Okay, Fab, the MX1 boys are getting ready to go out on parade. Love this sand start. This one's gonna be a beauty. This is the Canadian Motocross Championships, also known as the Monster Energy Motocross Nationals, and the lovely Monster Julie brings the 30 board out. This first MX1 moto will be brought to you by Smith Optics as we see Teresa sauntering across the stage, getting a little cheeky for the boys as the 30 board is up.
And of course, gate pick by qualifying time, fastest of the day, Bobby Canary right there. The inside pick is the favorite, and that's where Bobby's sitting, but just a couple over is the ominous number 5 of Matt Gerke.
To the splitter, Fabs, and the gate is down as we go on board the 777 and Tim Tremblay. Nice little cluster coming into this double apex. Graysick hacks him off, and it looks like the number 7. That is the Rockstar Yamaha Body Canary with that royal distributing hole shot.
You see Graysick fishtail right out, completely sideways, regains his composure. Nice shot of 9.55. Dylan Langlois with a nice shot, and the new Brian Lockhart sweeping around the outside on the 104 Machine Yamaha.
And that drift helmet cam gave us a great impression of what that roost is like, especially if you don't get a great start in here, Brian. It just covers you.
And that's why the Terrace Clack goes over the berm. Oh, I thought he was going to lose some time. Moffenbauer has a peak, and then we've got Willie Shatro sitting second, and I like the 76 Moto Park rider. We remember him from Edmonton, and that is Zeb Dennis.
Zeb ain't dead yet, my friend. He ain't dead. Back to this beautiful rhythm section. I just love seeing new riders up in this top 5 fray. The 367 of Chatreau on that Honda, looking good coming into the kitchen. Oh, and look at Klatt triple in.
Klatt lost a little bit of composure in that left-hander, had to do a little paddling. He's looking ahead nice. It looks like he's got the measure. No, Chatreau whips it up. Oh, but Klatt stays low, soaks up the face, out of Hell's Kitchen. Man, second place, Willie Chatreau on that red Honda, though. He's got to be stoked running up front with these boys.
To the drift block-off cam in the back section, you see this little boomerang shot as they come out of Hell's Kitchen and then back into that big meat sauce slop in the back.
It is pretty saucy back there. Nice shot of our whole shot. Very wide, like you say, the double apex there, Travs. And some guys just kind of bobbling up the inside, but a pretty clean start, all considered.
Inside gate pick for Canary work for him as he gets the world distributing hole shot. Back to the battle for fourth between Dennis and Gorky. Oh my, look at that little touch between Graysick and Moffenbauer, and Moffenbauer's off the track.
Wow, keeps it running, but he loses a lot of ground. And look at Klatt scrubbing, he's going sideways, he's pressuring Bobby Canary. Of course, Canary pulled the all-nighter coming back from Southwick. He raced there just yesterday, and that's the triple in. And Canary, the only rider to triple in to that Hell's Kitchen section.
It's a huge advantage, Fabs, because you saw Klatt had the inside line, which normally will give you the better position. But with that triple, Canary maintained his lead. Oh my, inside goes the number 5 of Matt Gorky on Little Willie Chatreau, and he takes care of third place.
Gorky, not the greatest start, but he's so confident. He knows it's a long moto. He's just taking his time, picking his way in real time. We can see Klatt taking all different options. Look at this, he's not following Bobby at all. And now here's a replay of Gorky comes in, lands right inside that hole, gets on the brake, slows him down. He's able to position nicely for the inside, and you see he goes way to the edge of the track. Chatreau's got nothing to do but hit the binders or let off the gas.
If you take that outside line, though, Brian, you really have to carry a lot of speed. There's no doubt about that. To the 161 of Tyler Villapoto. Monster Energy leading edge Kawasaki slips by the number 367 Chatreau on that little hip-up pop jump. I like that one.
Oh, and I love the style of Villapoto, man. This guy has showed so much heart, comes into the series with the big last name, and he delivers. There are so many naysayers. This kid has showed so much true grit. Fourth place, he can handle that big 450, no problem. But Dusty, he's pressuring Bobby K.
This is the most aggressive I've seen Dusty Klatt ride all season long. He is trying everything to get by the number 7 of Bobby Canary. You talked about how much motocross riding Canary has done lately. He looks fantastic right now in the lead.
Well, Bobby came out of the Supercross series in the U.S. He nearly got a weekend off of racing, man. This kid is the real deal. If more riders in Canada had Canary's heart, I think we'd see a lot more people in the winner's circle.
13th on the line with Berger Sewell, and I think that was the 31 of Liam O'Farrell back to the entry to Hell's Kitchen. Oh my goodness, look at this. Chatreau on the inside, Zeb Dennis taking the wide line, and here comes the 3.7s of Tim Trombley on that Schutz Kawasaki.
Trombley with the orange helmet, really easy to spot, just gets the measure of Zeb on the inside. And when you take that inside, you really got to throttle up hard to clear that first double in Hell's Kitchen, especially on the little bike. And Dusty now, he's trying everything. He's expending a lot of energy to try and get by Bobby. He's dealing with Roost, he's crisscrossing. Bobby is under pressure too, but he's riding his own race. He's used to this kind of pressure. But Dusty, he's the one right here trying everything, and he's really, I think, it looks like he might be burning himself out.
The 161 of Tyler Villapoto has the 273 Redemption Racing Kawasaki of Gavin Graysick all over his tail as they come out of that back section. Graysick again riding fantastic. Chatreau, Burke, and check that last rider. That is the 6 of Moffenbauer, so he's back up in it. Man, those guys are fast.
They have a great little roar going on back there inside the top 10, but it's Bobby Canary now into lap riders, able to gap Klatt a little bit through the mechanics area.
Here comes the number 5 of Matt Gorky. Looks like Klatt has fallen back a little bit, Brian.
Klatt has been, I think, he really's been trying so hard. The track is getting choppy with these lappers. Oh no, here comes Gorky. Oh, and he just hacks the line right off of Klatt.
Boy, there's another example of how much speed you have to carry on the outside line. Gorky went inside through that Yamaha corner and they had it.
It's a textbook block pass. Go back to Supercross, any 180 turn. This is what's going to happen. I think Dusty maybe has an eyeball on that lapper, so he's not really sure whether to go inside or outside. He kind of fades a little bit, just opens the door, and here's where Gorky just kind of glimpses over and says, I don't think so, son. It's mine.
And it's amazing how much speed they lose. They get stymied coming into these two corners. As we see the number 7 of Bobby Canary Can you believe Gorky? He is on fire. He didn't get a great start, made a quick pass to get into third, and then he's been watching this whole battle between Klatt and Canary, just biding his time, a sand specialist, just waiting to make his move, Fabs.
You got that right. The lappers definitely are going to be a factor for both riders, and this might work out in Canary's favor. The way he's riding, he might be able to step. No! Bobby K just stalled it. He just stalled it. And these 450s, or all these four-strokes, really hard to start when they're hot. Bobby's gonna have to find neutral to get that Yamaha fired up. Here's a replay. Blue flags are out for the lappers. Bobby comes over, and I'm thinking he can step it up, and then look what happens. Just loses his balance for a split second. Stalls a motorcycle. And of course, the KTMs, they got electric start, so that is advantage for the Orange Brigade.
And you saw Klatt coming in on the outside, so he made his way back into second place. So Bobby Canary's got some work to do, but he has closed the gap, Brian. You know how furious you get when you make that tiny little mental mistake.
For sure, Travis, and sometimes that's the fire you need to get a few more horsepower out of it. Bobby K, I thought it was a gift. I thought Klatt had a gift, and Bobby K, look at the body. He's off the track. He's off the track. He's trying so hard. He's going to have to
see what happens.
He's going to have to let Klatt by. Bobby's looking over. He knows the rules.
Check.
So Klatt gets by. Now's the time for Klatt to play a little mind game maybe and stay ahead of him.
Yeah, but think about it though. Canary was ahead of Klatt, so he didn't actually have to let Klatt by, but I think he did the right thing there.
Well, he missed the marker in the turn.
Okay, yeah,
so
right.
he had to, the officials would have docked him. So now he is in the clear, and you're not going to find a more upright, honest, straight shooter than Bobby Canary. Right by the book, man. He lets Klatt by.
So Klatt in second, Canary in third as they round the corner, coming into Hell's Kitchen. Let's check the entry, and it looks like Canary's still tripling in, triple-double combination. He gets the inside. Klatt, get on the gas for crying out loud. Oh my, a little slippage, bar to bar, Fabs.
And look at Canary, left some room for Klatt there. This guy, he wants to do it clean. He does not want to do it the Gorky way where you just take the line away. This guy, man, he's got it all in spades, gets the pass clean right there, comes back from the stall. Here it is, detail it, Travis.
Right on the inside, Fabs, you're right, because he has the entry point inside line fastest, and he could have done the full blocker on Klatt. I like it though. He was on the gas early too.
And do you believe he left the room there? He could have easily taken Klatt right to the edge and made the jump. Klatt would have had to back off the throttle. But Bobby does it the right way. And here, through this dog leg, out of Hell's Kitchen, you got to really either go to the outside or the inside of the track, because in the middle there, it's pretty soupy just into the trees.
And it was really choppy coming into the back section there. You saw both of those boys looking for the right line as we get to the 273 of Gavin Graysick, who had a problem in the middle of the race, fell back to 14th, Brian. He's getting his last lap flag, sitting fourth in points in the MX1 Championship. He's been looking real good lately, except for this moto, of course.
He was having the ride of his life right there, and then with that fall, took him out of the top 10. But he is riding really well, and the stopwatches are showing him as one of the fastest riders out on the racetrack. To our leader, number 5, Monster Energy, leading edge, Kawasaki, Matt Gerke, cream of the crop this year. Bam! Another win!
Gerke, the ultimate danger man, was in third for most of the moto, takes the moto win.
Welcome back to Sandali MX 101 Motocross Park. Whole shot winner Bobby Canary collects his royal, distributing $200 to the Yamaha leaderboard. The Gerkman cometh, the Gerkman taketh away another win. Got to like Josh Clark, Tremblay, Moffenbauer, and how about Ryan Lockhart, 10th?
Yeah, I got off to a bad start. I messed up on the gate, and I just put my head down and worked through the pack, and caught up to those guys, and I passed Dusty, and then I was right on Bobby, and then he stalled it and made it easy for me. And then I just rode my own race and went good.
Bobby K, the Iron Man out there. Dude, up front, looking in control, and just a little stall.
Yeah, a little beginner stall over there, no big deal. I got it going, save my energy for a lap, let my heart rate get back down, and put this OTSFF Rockstar Yamaha back out front there.
My name is Gavin Graysick, number 273 in the MX1 class. Each week I get to ride is another blessing because I've been off the bike for a little while. So yeah, I feel good. Why do I look serious? The significance of 273 is it was the last 3 digits of my AMA number on my AMA card. And I was always number 7 growing up, and I tried to get my dad to allow me to run 273, so he made a deal with me. I had to win Loretta Lynn's championship to get it. Just wanted 273. It was back when the 3-digit numbers were cool. And it even goes into more depth, and I'm probably losing you on this, but it's a code. Right now I've been jamming to Lecrae, Ivory Line. I'm a mix. I like a range of everything. ZZ Top. I grew up listening to CCR, Bob Seger. My dad had a jukebox playing in the house. Football season's around the corner, so we can put on the colors and hoot and holler. And I grew up a Cowboys fan. My mom, my dad were Cowboys fan. They met and they had me. I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah, I like watching movies. I like action. I like funny. You know, now and then the mushy maybe. Life motto. If your heart and your motives are right, God honors faith. So I'm excited to step out to what's next and see where it takes me. The sky's the limit.
Nice job for Gavin. Great chuck. Great to have him back. MX2 Moto2 next.
Welcome back to round 8 of the 2012 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals from the Sandali MX Park just outside of Ottawa, Ontario. We see the lovely Julie legging out that Moto2 board. The second MX2 Moto will be brought to you by Drift Action Cams, the evolution of the Action Cam. Fabulous!
Oh, Teresa's holding that 30 board up, and I really like those monster belt buckles the girls are rocking, Travs. Pretty snazzy outfits.
What belt buckles, Fabs? I like the onesie. That's a black onesie. There's snaps in the middle for crying out loud as Teresa goes to 5.
Yeah, nice shot of Topher Ingles there, revving up his bike, getting ready to rock. He had a solid first moto, but now the gate is down, Travs, as they rocket into this double apex. And look at Jeremy, just cut right over. He knows that big hay bale doesn't move it. Bam! That's another Royal Distributing hole shot.
Inside gate pick is working well for Medallia. That's 2 hole shots in 2 motos. But look at this, bar to bar, 2 KTMs for crying out. Oh my! Kevin Benoit ultra aggressive. I don't think Jeremy liked that one too much as he hacks him off on that inside line through the Yamaha corner.
There is no love lost between those 2 riders. Make no mistake, former teammates. Benoit and Medaglia, they have their own little rivalry going, but right in the middle, it's a Teddy Mare sandwich.
There gets the Sangachi gift on the outside line with Benoit getting hacked off. Our top 3 pounds right there, fastest in the class, and there we are, the blanket over top of them again, Fabs.
Wow, and Jeremy kind of has some problems in one of those sandberms, keeps the drive alive. Mare has a peek over. You are so right, Travis. These are the 3 fastest guys up the inside. Benoit has a little peek. Oh, and Mare has a nice rhythm there, gets 3 in the middle.
Mare uses that double-triple combo coming in as opposed to Canary, who is triple-doubling. So there's some options out there, Fabs.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm liking Mare able to get up and over that first double quite easily from the inside. Things drying up a little bit back there. There is now a 3rd line to a replay of the start. On board with GA checkpoint, Spencer Knowles. Look at Benoit on the right, number 12, sitting way back on the fender, but it is the number 1 with the hole shot. Mare gives Roberts a little nudge, and Spencer just misses a huge hay bale. We got a Pro-Am rider cutting the whole bloody corner. He is a non-factor, though, as we come over the rise. The 2 fastest KTM riders. Benoit G's out and tears his foot right off the peg, but it looks like he's recovering for the lead. Jeremy has none of it and just shows Benoit the bail. Teddy Mare just inherits 2nd.
Right, this just goes to show you how aggressive you have to be in this class, or any class for that matter, but especially when you get a great start like that, because everybody wants to get out on the lead. Back to Allison in 4th, Kalen in 5th, Roberts in 6th place, and that's the number 12 of Kevin Benoit. He had a problem in the back section, Brian. Allison's now in 3rd.
Yeah, Benoit went down after such a heroic start, so he is playing catch-up, and he makes quick work here of the field as he charges forward, and this is what we saw in the first moto. This guy is a comeback kid.
He's almost unstoppable, Brian. Here they go over that little splitter. They go for that option line really wide, but then he really uses the brakes and gets on the gas nicely.
Yeah, squares it off. A beautiful move right there. And look at him on the gas, and he's going where nobody else has really gone before there, and he's just forging his own way to the front of the pack again.
When Benoit twists, there's just no stopping him. For crying out loud, back to the battle for 3rd place. The number 20, Jared Allison. The number 22 of Dylan Kalen. Oh my goodness, and look at the 12 of Benoit on the inside. Nice line, super aggressive.
I like the response for Kalen. A little too late as Benoit slips through, but Kalen, a young rider, getting faster every season, and he's really having a hard time putting 2 solid motos together. So my heart goes out to him because he really should be higher up in the point standings.
Definitely the fastest rider not to get on the podium so far this season. Here's our top two. Medallia number 15 in the lead. Number 3, Teddy Mayer, sitting comfortably in second. Brian, he doesn't have to win this moto to win the championship. And here comes Ben Waddy for crying out loud. He's got the inside line and just blows Allison right out the door.
Oh, what a great pickup around the tree line section by the pro pits, and you can see the bikes just dancing everywhere. Suspension's just getting tested big time out here, as well as the strength and conditioning of these athletes. 117, Michael De Silva, Jerry Lorenz, who's double classing it, top 10 both classes so far today.
Here comes the 19, Scott Ryder. That's the Honda of Topher Ingles. He's finding some good lines, and he's starting to pressure the number 165 of Roberts. We also have the 23 of Parker Allison there, and the 18 of Brad Noddet.
James Roberts making his name known here in Canada, having a great moto in Sandali. He's got a helmet cam on, but he's going to get past right now. It looks like Topher from Northern California doing it all on his own. And like you said earlier, he is in a battle with Jared Allison for 3rd overall in the championship.
To our leader, number 15, Jerry Medallia, looking good as they come out of that back section in the splitter. The number 12 of Kevin Benoit's in second place. Mayer with an issue.
Can you believe Benoit just going for it? Now Teddy Mayer, he's got 3rd. He's getting some pressure now from the 20 of Jared Allison, who takes the inside hipper. And look on the outside, it's Knowles, who we saw the naked truth. What a likable young man. We got more battling back here. We got a number plate off, Travis.
That was the number 42 of Eric Jeffries Redemption Racing as they come by that huge Smith Optics sweeper. The number 20 of Jared Allison, you're right, embroiled in that 3rd place battle in the championship, taking that inside line on those little off-camber splitters. This is that new redesigned section of the track.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool dog leg. Mayer is pulled away a bit as we see, Dylan Kalin with a problem. He was pressuring Allison right there, and his bike has just expired. FXR Holy Gully Rider, another heartbreak for the young man from Grand Bend, Ontario.
With the Kalin debacle, that puts the 37 Rockstar Yamaha of Gray in 5th place, and the number 19 Scott Honda of Ingles. Oh my goodness, Ingles is super aggressive, Brian. I love his riding style. He takes no prisoners. I love that inside line.
Yeah, right on. It is smoother there. I thought Gray had something to say about it on that rougher outside line. Richard Gray, a fantastic sand rider, and another one of these young, fantastic Canadian up-and-comers. Super fast, never to get on the podium.
To our leader, number 15, Red Bull KTM, Jerry Medallia looking great as he comes out of the kitchen into the back section. He's got a great lead. Of course, we talk about how many laps he has on this track. I like the way he's riding this redesigned course. Ingles has made it up on Allison now, and this is for 4th place, Brian. Tell you what, when you watch Ingles ride, he's been one of the most aggressive riders on the track. You see the way he just dusted Allison right off.
And you know, he hasn't got on the box that many times either this year, so he's just playing the consistency card, and he's playing it very well right now.
To the 18 of Noddet in 7th, Lorenz is in 8th, and the number 23 of Park Allison, Yamalube Yamaha in 9th place. Those guys are sitting inside the top 10 and looking good.
You see all the grooves there, Travs, through the wood section, a lot of ruts. Back to the battle here with Richard Gray, and he is caught right up to Jared Allison for 5th, and it looks like he's taking him. He's a gear high there.
Looked like Allison gave him the way by for crying out loud as they hit into that back session. I'm not sure what's going on with Jared, but remember, he's embroiled in that 3rd place hunt. So he's got to stay on it to the number 3, Teddy Mayer, Monster Energy, Leading Edge Kawasaki, getting his last lap flags, sitting in 2nd place.
Mayer, a quiet moto. I think he's happy to collect points, but we saw his interview in the first one. He got 2nd, and he was not happy at all. But now, Jerry Medaglia, yes, it's his home track. Yes, he's got a lot of laps around here, but on race day, the track is prepared completely different. The rain, but this guy's just got it all. Confidence, 2 hole shots, just a nice wheelie, 2 moto wins. Home soil, Jerry Medaglia does it in style in front of all his cronies to the Yamaha leaderboard. Benoit has a great moto. Ingles, Gray, Noddet, Allison, Jerry Lorenz, double classing it, Allison, and Spenny Knowles 10th.
Roller distributing KTM, Red Bull Fox, the number 15, going 1-1 here today. Exactly what he needed to do to make this championship come down to the wire, Jared. Couldn't have a more perfect day, buddy. Couple of hole shots, couple of moto wins. It was like a Sunday drive out here.
Man, it feels so good to do this in front of my family and friends. Is, means the world to me, and I've been putting a lot of time and effort in this year, and to go 1-1, it's obviously it came late, but hey, I'm still really pumped.
Kevin Benoit having a great day here. Didn't get the win like he wanted, I'm sure, but you know what? A nice solid ride out there, comfortable in 2nd.
Yeah, well, I was not lucky today with crashes. I crashed in both motos, and
had to regroup and focus and push hard till the end. And Jeremy rode awesome. He knows the track pretty good, obviously, and I did my best, and second, still pretty good.
What an epic day of MX2 action here at Sand Del. With dual moto wins, Jeremy gets within 19 points of Mayer, so the pressure's on Teddy, and Topher gets ahead of Jared by 5 points for third. Jeremy gets his name on the Dale Argue Cup. MX1 next.
Welcome back to the penultimate round of the 2012 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth as we see the lovely Monster Julie bringing out the 30 board. This second MX1 Moto will be brought to you by RoyalDistributing.com. Fabs, the track is really setting up nice. We see those blue skies. It's been a fantastic day and a great crowd here at Sand Del.
Absolutely fantastic, an epic day. Those rains from earlier today have certainly gone away, and the Bluebird skies are up as the beautiful Monster Julie goes to 5 tracks.
Great shot of the gate, a couple of empty gates late in the day as we go on board. The number 777, Tim Tremblay, with the drift out to Cam, and the gate is down, Brian. Coming to that double apex left-hander. Who's going to get that Royal Distributing hole shot?
Wow, a great jump by Dusty Klatt, and oh boy, we're getting filled in there by the pack, but a decent start for Tremblay. You can see how rough this track's starting to get. Look at Offenbach squeak in there.
Little muff with a nice little inside slider on Tremblay. Again, Tremblay, big man, but you know what? You got to get on the gas if you want to get a great start in this class.
True that. Tyler Villapoto with a nice start. Moffenbauer gets back by in front of Tremblay. I love these double option lines around the outside. Moffenbauer gets sucked into the soft stuff. Tremblay, man, he's in there.
To the splitter, we look to our right side, moving up to the battle for third place. It looks like Great Chuck's in third through that little hipper, and the number 55, that is Clark in fourth.
New England's Josh Clark, he is the new breed of fast riders coming out of that uber fast part of America.
Oh, Clark with that great inside line. Grayson was carrying speed as they triple through that second section into the TCX corner.
Man, they're neck and neck right there. Oh, and Grayson, too nice. The Redemption Racing Kawasaki, I thought he could have given the business to Clark there in that 180.
Both of these riders have been consistent top 5 guys since we've got into these, Brian. I like their speed. To a replay.
Man, the MX1 boys come through, and we have just got carnage everywhere. Wheels are flying coming into the corner. We got guys down at the corner, and then I like this little package here, a big handlebar sandwich for these guys coming out of the corner. So we've got riders down everywhere on the Sand Del second moto first turn.
But not the number 2 of Dusty Klatt as he got ahead of the pack and grabbed that Royal Distributing hole shot. Here comes Canary. Remember, 4 motos in 2 days as he returns from Southwick to Sand Del and goes inside on Great Check with that triple. Love it.
That line is spectacular, and he's the only rider the whole day to do it. Grayson now looks like he's getting aggressive, very smooth, getting stronger, as we say, with every weekend, and he's just kind of armchairing some of the lines from Bobby K.
Okay, here's Bobby tripling in, and it looks like he cases his landing, but he's all Tenacious B on the inside, for crying out loud. I love his aggression.
That was the thing of beauty. He has to kind of case it to set up because there's not much room in between those 2 jumps. So Bobby just timing it perfectly, and again, the only guy in the field doing it.
To the splitter, we see our lead package on the left side, Klatt in the lead, Gorky in second, and then back on the right side, we have Canary moving up on Clark for third, so we've got a nice little cluster in the kitchen.
What a pair of battles we have up at the front of the pack. Dusty Klatt is riding so well as of late, and it looks like he has got some lines out here, and if he can just keep his focus, this could be his.
Canary goes inside on Clark to grab third place, and you're right, Dusty Klatt, the number 2 Red Bull KTM, looks excellent in the lead. His defense has been great, his fitness is on top, and he's riding a really wide track right now.
Well, this track not far from KTM's headquarters in Quebec, so a lot of the brass from KTM here, so Klatt really on his A game.
We touched on this earlier, Brian. I like the way the track is setting up at the back section earlier in the day. Super sloppy, but there's some tough lines out there. To the battle for 8th place. The number 6 Yamaluke, Sean Moffenbauer with that inside line, and the TM of Liam O'Farrell, who's had a great day right now, is going inside through the Cowie.
Oh, O'Farrell looks unstoppable through there. I think he's got the measure of. He does have Moffenbauer right there. O'Farrell on the TM, getting that bike dialed in pretty nice, and he is a sand specialist, man. He always rides well at Gopher Dunes.
Gorky inside through the Smith sweepers. They run into some lap traffic. Here are those little off-camber option lines that they added this year, Brian, slowing things down and increasing the lap time.
Oh boy, look how close Gorky is now. This is the closest he's been yet through the lappers they go. Klatt has been holding him off for this entire moto. Oh, and Dusty just scrubbing that step up. Gerke's the BMX style of Dusty Klatt, Mark, spectacular.
Lappers can cause problems in number 98. That's the sewer rat, Adam Gamble, for crying out loud. Oh, and look at the way Dusty Klatt puts Gorky off the track. I love it. What a great defensive move.
Man, Gamble in left field out there for sure, getting in the way. Almost took out Klatt there a little ways ago. And this is just an ongoing story with the blue flag, and there's our leader coming through. And when you're lapping a rider, Travs, you are so much faster. So these guys really got to get on the brakes and be ultra cautious. And look at Gerkman, he just decides to go out there a little enduro route. He looks over at Gamble, he's like, what are you doing, guy?
That's the most aggressive I've seen Klatt, and I love it. And let's give Gamble the benefit of the doubt there. It looked like he was holding his line, so we're not necessarily pointing the finger at him.
Exactly, he's riding his race, but these guys got to be a little aware when you got these riders lapping at such an amazing rate of speed.
Our leaders through the TCX corner having a bit of a kitchen party, Brian. They are a scant half second behind each other. Beautiful shot as they sail away into the back section.
And drying up nicely there, and these guys going super fast, but a very choppy, rough track. Late of the moto, Bobby Canary now has third. Look at him working. A really good angle of how physically demanding this sport is, how physically demanding this motocross track is. It's a hot day, very humid right now with the rains. It is taking its toll on some of these riders.
The MX 101 crew did a great job adding the kitchen, Brian. You see the way the fans are able to get right at the end of that long straightaway. Great viewing potential to our lead as they sweep through past the start. The number 2 at Dusty Klatt, Red Bull KTM, has been in the lead since the get-go. The number 5 Monster Energy leading edge Kawasaki and Matt Gorky has been applying that little bit of pressure.
He sure has, but Klatt has really stepped up to the plate here, and he is holding him off really well. I thought Klatt was gapping a bit, but the Gerkman just closes it back up through the Honda left-hander. This tabletop easy for the 450s. Let's see what happens here at the hipper.
Klatt and Gorky both using the outside with that lapper on the inside, so smart move, carrying a lot of speed through the Cowie section. Klatt still looking pretty good with his defense. Again, I love the way this track is set up today. The MX 101 crew has done a fantastic job. You see how slippery it is.
Klatt is smoothing this track out like I've never seen before. There's big bumps there on the outside. He just knows how to soak it up with the arms, with the body, and the legs. And I'm telling you, there's a lot more to this sport than just missing the throttle.
Looks like he missed a shift there, Brian, around that left-hander into the kitchen. Gorky with the inside. Who's got the advantage into the TCX corner? I think it's Matt Gorky.
Oh, yeah, Gorky taking the outside line for good measure, but Dusty not even close to reciprocating and getting that pass back.
Motocross racing is such a mind game, Brian. We talk about it all the time. It looked like Dusty Klatt had his A game on, and then just a little mental mistake coming to that corner, and it's all over.
Just a slight miscue, just lost his balance a bit, and the Gorky on the outside just throttling up, and the outside becomes the inside, and that's where it's kind of all over, because Dusty now cannot get to that inside line. And when you leave the inside open for a guy like Gorky, forget about it.
And I love the way that Gorky doubled and then tripled, so the opposite to Canary. We've been talking about those option lines all day, to the number 55 of Josh Clark, the New Englander on the Honda, coming up to get his last lap flag. He's been having a great race today, Brian, almost all by himself, sitting in 4th.
We look at last weekend in Moncton, Mark, and Clark was a shoe-in for 3rd on the box, and he got a flat tire. And I went and talked to him after the moto, and the whole carcass was tore open on that tire. So he had something pretty sharp out on the racetrack. But what a heartbreaker. This is good redemption for him.
Dynamite skills in the motocross bike. Great to see him up here to the number 5. Matt Gorky on his final approach, coming up and getting the checkered flag with a clean sweep here today at the Sandali MX Park. Probably one of the best motos of the year as we get to our Yamaha leaderboard. Second MX1 moto, you know your top 3. Graysick in 5th. I like that. Trombley with a nice ride in 6th. O'Farrell in 8th. Moffenbauer and Morgan Berger. Let's go down to Fabs.
Matt Gorky with a pair of wins today again. Matt, you didn't quite get it all your way, but you were consistent. You held tough. What a ride there with you and Dusty.
Thanks, yeah. I got a good start that moto at second. But Dusty was just riding good. Man, I was right there the whole time, and finally made a little mistake, and I capitalized and got by, and it was awesome. Won the race and the championship.
Dusty Klatt, what an epic day for you. A pair of seconds. Thought you almost had it in that moto, though. You led for a long time. You must have felt the pressure from Matt Gorky, though.
No, it was good. I mean, he was right there, and obviously he rides sand really well. You know, I gave it the hardest charge I could, and you know, my KTM Red Bull Racing bike was working awesome out there, and suspension, tires, everything was going good, and Matt was right there, and I was trying my hardest, but I was just red lining, and I kind of almost felt like I was holding him up a bit, like as soon as we started getting past the halfway point. But I kind of moved over a bit, just let him go, and then just try to keep at his pace. And then, if the opportunity came about where I felt fresh enough to get in front of him again, then I'd go for it. But hats off to him, he rode a great race, and luckily I got the whole shot that time, so that's what I wanted.
Great job in the impound, Fabs. Let's get to our series points in the MX1 class. After 8 of 9, things getting topsy-turvy without Medaglia and Fasciotti battling. Like to see Burke in 9th, with Sean Moppenbeyer holding on to 10th.
The Dale Argue Cup is graced with the great Matt Gerke's name. What a fantastic day. MX 101 Hills production, epic.
Great job, Fabulous. You have been watching the 2012 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals. Brought to you by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports, parts and accessories. And RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sports leader. For Ryan Gold, Brian Coster, and Mark Stalibras, I'm Mark Travers. We'll see you next week for the final round in Walton. That's Motocross Town.